Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Moses coming to you from my living room. I wanted to share my French horn with you. Since I'm not able to play it in person for you because of COVID, I wanted to make this video for you so you could hear what the French horn sounds like. So the French horn is part of what family of instruments? Everyone say it all together. Ready? Hopefully you all said brass. It is part of the brass family, along with the trumpet, the trombone, and the tuba. So there's four instruments that are in the brass family, and all the brass instruments are made out of this metal called brass, and they all make their sound by blowing into a mouthpiece. Looks like that. This is the French horn mouthpiece. And you can't make a sound if you just blow. So if I just blow, no sound will come out. There's something special that I have to do that makes it different from a woodwind instrument, because both woodwind and brass need air to make the sound. But the brass, you have to do something very special. You have to buzz your lips. So it's actually your lips buzzing together in the mouthpiece that make the sound. So when you do that, when you buzz in the mouthpiece, I hope you're all laughing because everyone thinks that's pretty funny. Sounds like a duck or something. Sounds not very much like a French horn when you just use the mouthpiece by itself, but when you add the mouthpiece in, that's when the magic happens. So when I play, the air goes through the mouthpiece, goes all the way through all of these tubes, and then it comes out this end, which is called the bell. All brass instruments have a bell where the sound comes out. So French horn is kind of unique for a couple reasons. One of them is that it actually points backwards. So when I'm playing, the sound is actually going behind me. And I put my hand in the bell to help hold the instrument, but also to change the sound. So while I'm playing, I can actually move my hand a little bit to change the pitch. So I'll show you what I mean. Just have a listen. So do you see how when I was moving my hand, the pitch was actually changing? And the French horn is actually a really cool instrument because when you put your right hand all the way in, as far in as it will go in the bell, and then close it off and make as much of a seal as you can, that's called stopped horn. And you can actually make quite a different sound that sometimes composers want to have a different sound. Here's some stopped horn. If I play the same thing and I open up my hand, it sounds like this. Cool, huh? So that's some stopped horn with the bell, hand in the bell. And I also have 3 valves, 1, 2, 3, and a thumb valve. So I actually have 4 valves altogether. So using these 4 valves, I can actually change the pitch. But I can actually play more than just 4 notes or the different combinations. And if you notice, while I'm playing, I'm actually changing like the tension of my lips. So my lips are either looser or tighter to produce higher and lower sounds. So the tighter my lips, the higher the sound will be, and the looser my lips, the lower the sound will be. So I'll show you what I mean. I'll see if I can come a bit closer here. I'm not going to use any valves, okay? I'm just going to leave it with no valves. And just watch my lips. This part of the player's face when they're playing is called an embouchure for brass players. So just watch my embouchure and see if you can notice it's getting tighter and looser for the higher and lower notes. swing up and down, and that way I can get higher and lower notes. So it's kind of cool that way too. So it takes lots of practice and lots of muscle memory with all these tiny little muscles in your face right here. The French horn can play quite high, and it can also play quite low. It has actually a 4-octave range, which is the largest of any of the brass instruments. So here is one of our higher notes. And here's one of our low notes. And if you noticed, my face had to get very, very loose to play that low note and really tight to play the high note. So really loose. So you have to have quite a flexible embouchure. There's that word again. So why don't I play a little song. You'll probably recognize it, and it's a very famous French horn kind of a thing in movies. Star Wars, yeah. So if you have any other questions about the French horn, you can ask the real live in-person Mrs. Moses, who's in front of you now with the actual French horn, and she will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So I hope you enjoyed learning about the horn, and brass instruments rock, especially the horn. Ta-ta!